sexual chemistry. I didn't feel any sexual chemistry towards him whatsoever. However, he was a good dude. Like, we had an intellectual connection and we had a lot of other things in common, which is why I continue to see him. We were not in a relationship. We were not. We were just seeing each other. Is that wrong? Are you using somebody? Is that using somebody if you know that you are not sexually attracted to them, but you are intellectually attracted to them? You have other things in common with them outside of physical.
Are you guys going Dutch every time y'all go out?
No, we are not going Dutch. He paid.
Why?
Because he invited me out.
You like your mind?
He invited me out. So that's why you all, if you, the voice that you hear, that's the producer, Earl Winfrey. So the reason we were going out is because he would ask me out. So am I supposed to not go out because I'm not sexually attracted to him? It was not about the money or anything like that. Because here's the thing, again, I like to say this and I will always say this. I am not hard up for a meal. Do you know how long it takes to find the right bra? You got to make sure bada bing and bada bang is together. Listen, to put on the right panties, it's a lot. There's a lot that goes into getting prepared for a date, and I'm not for it. I'm personally just not for all of the shenanigans. So listen, I'm going to go. We had a really great time. He was a good dude, good company, great conversation. Just there was no physical, there was no intimate chemistry. Which leads us to our first hot topic. When you're talking with someone and you're dating, especially now after COVID, how soon should a kiss take place? I'm not talking about a peck, okay? I'm talking about that slob. Listen, I'm talking about that bust and slob. I'm talking about just swallowing face. At what point does that type of affection take place? Because here's the thing, let's be honest. Kissing is very intimate, and I feel as though a lot of people would jump down and have a one-night stand with you before they would go and do all that intimate kissing with you, because kissing is kissing is a different level. At what point do you just engage in that I'm about to slob him down type of kiss? I'm about to slob her down, like I'm about to give her all this tongue. Especially after COVID. Are people still kissing intimately like that? Or are we in a day and time where just a peck would suffice and then we can keep it moving? Again, when you think of kissing, listen, kissing is, for me, is very, very, very intimate. And I'm like, listen, we're not about to be sitting up there kissing like that. There are some prerequisites for kissing today. You have to see where these people's mouths go, because in today's society, people are eating everything but food. People are eating every part of one's body. Baby, they eating butt. They eating your ear. Listen, people put their mouths everywhere. Listen, I believe this now. I believe that there are some people whose mouths are dirtier than a dog's mouth. Yes, I said it. There are some people whose mouths are dirtier than a dog's mouth, because listen, at least the dog practices only licking his butt. You got folks out here, they licking everybody butt. They just digging in just like they eat some sherbet ice cream. They eating butt like they eating some black walnut or some butter pecan ice cream. That's just how much these folks are out here doing all this crazy stuff. So when you're talking about kissing, you got to make sure you trust. It's just like it's up there with sex now. You got to make sure that you're trusting the person that you're kissing. You got to make sure that they ain't kissing you and eating somebody else. And I'll be honest, in today's society, it's just, you all, it's scary out here. I'm not even gonna lie, it is scary out here today. It's a scary place to be out here. So when you talk about kissing, at what point do you start kissing, like intimately kissing, not a peck? Y'all see how I did that? Y'all go ahead on cash out me or follow me on YouTube. I'll give y'all a little kiss again. Give a little kiss like that, your little kiss. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about just a slobbing, just slobbing them down. At what point does that type of kiss take place? I think that a conversation should be had on, because again, once you start exchanging, like, the energy that goes out from that kiss and that comes in, because, like, first of all, there has to be a connection to kiss somebody like that. Again, a little peck, that's nothing. Listen, I peck you on your cheek, on your, listen, I'll turn around and do what you dudes do. I kiss you on your forehead. I give a dude, listen, I will forehead kiss a dude in, listen, I will forehead kiss a dude in a minute. Right there, right on your forehead. But to actually come face to face to kiss, baby, I'm so good with this. Listen, my matrix is good. Because if I'm not feeling you like that in an intimate way, I'm not kissing you. I'm not. I don't care how many meals you buy, how many places you take me. And here's the deal. Once I find out that you feel like I owe you some type of physical affection, you can leave me alone. Like, for real, for me, it's not that deep, because again, I'm not out on the date with you because I need you to pay for me or I need you to do something for me. That's not why I'm here. I'm here because you invited me. So if there was some stipulations on this invitation, let that ish be known up front so I can know what's up. And then I can go ahead and move around and choose accordingly. But what you're not going to do is sit here and get me somewhere and then make me feel uncomfortable because you're expecting all of this physical affection. Listen, I don't even know your status. Jay, what status are you talking about? Listen, I don't know. Look, your whole sexual panel, I don't know any of that. So before you go getting all crazy and stuff, let's see what's up. Because you may have some things going on that you don't need to be with me, let alone with nobody else. You probably need to be seeing a physician. So let's see what's up with you health-wise. But as far as this kiss, no, dog. And again, if that's a prerequisite for you, I'm okay with that being a prerequisite for people. Just let that ish be known. Like, say it. Like, we're at the point when you're at that 30 plus age range. We should be at a point where, listen, we can have some conversations. You should be able to let your yay be your yay and your nay be your nay. You should be able to put your ish on the table. You should be able to put your cards on the table. Listen, this is what I like. This is what I want. This is what I expect. Say that. And so then we can now know if we're going to be on the same page. Okay, he expects this, and this. I can give this, and this. And then in turn, she would put her expectations out there. Okay, I expect this, and this. And if our expectations don't align with the person that we're talking to, it's okay. We won't go any further than this. We are not a match. And it's cool. We should be able to go our separate ways. But kissing, listen, and don't get me wrong, listen, I love to kiss. Baby, I love a good kiss. Listen, again, we're not doing that with everybody. We're not kissing with everybody. And I know some people may say, Come on, Jay. Really? Really? What's so big of a deal about kissing? What's so big of a deal about kissing? You go on here, read some of these posts and see what these folks' mouths at be, and then you come back and then you ask me again, Jay, what's so wrong with kissing? Oh, kissing. Look, kids kiss in high school. Yep. And then they get out had all these little foreign growths on their mouth, and you be wondering why. Because you just got through kissing a mouth that just ate three BBLs yesterday, and now you kissing BBL juice, dirty BBL juice. I'm good. You're gonna have to miss me with all that foolishness. So again, when do you kiss? When the time is right, when you feel like that connection. If you feel that connection right away, rock out right away. But if you're a person like me, like, okay, it takes more than a date. It takes more than a meal to get me revved up. Like, there's some other things, and I'm not saying I do have to just jump through the hoops, but I'm like, come on, like, it's more than just yeah, he looks, we finna just tear each other. Yep. And then what happens? I'm just like, I be at the end. I'm like, okay, so now what happens? What happens next? What happens after that? That's the type of person I am. I'm like, what? Okay, so what happens after this? After the big kiss? After we've hung off the chandeliers and we've, ow, 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 baby, who's this? Who's this? After we did all that, what's next? So that's kind of how I am in my mind. So I'm starting there first, and then I kind of like work my way backwards to see, okay, so if we're doing this, then now what happens after this? Like, I need answers before I can get in the mood. It's like these cars now, you have to put the right access code in. You have to put the right access code in to get me revved up. And I'm not going to tell you what the access code is. I'm just going to watch how you move. And if how things are progressing does not hit the right button, then it doesn't hit the right button. But when you find out that a person that you're dealing with, they're not hitting that they're not hitting that button inside of you that makes you want to be intimate with them, but they're hitting all of the other buttons. Do you continue to see that person? Do you continue to entertain that person if they're hitting all of the buttons but the sexual attraction button? Do you proceed forward with that? And if you do continue that, is the person, once you realize that there is no sexual chemistry, is that person wrong? Are you using the other person because there's no sexual attraction, but you like everything else about them, but there's no sexual attraction? Are you wrong for proceeding forward and continuing to see them? Hey, pretty Tasha, how you doing? Hey, Reginald, how you doing? Are you proceeding forward? Are you wrong? Are you wrong for continuously seeing someone when you know that there is no sexual attraction? Now, I'm like this. Here's the deal. Sexual chemistry is very, and I mean very important in a relationship. I'm never going to lie about that. You need it. It's the lifeline to the relationship. It truly is. Do I think sometimes, I think it can grow on you sometimes. I do. Once you get to know a person, like their personality and other things about them, it starts to trigger different hormones inside of you. So now what you were not originally attracted to, now there's some attraction because other things have revved up about that person. And so now it signals the sexual attraction. Ding, ding, ding. Oh yeah, this could be our person. This could be the person that we can hunch all on and do all of this nasty stuff that we didn't want to do nasty stuff with them at first. That it could turn to that. Are you chancing it? Yes. But I would say this: if a person is checking all of the other boxes, I would say Don't be so quick to throw a relationship away or throw a person away because there is no sexual chemistry initially. I wouldn't say throw them away right away because again, it could grow on you. But you give yourself a time frame maybe and say, "Okay, listen, they good people, but yeah, it's not like man, it's not hitting on nothing. Like I am not feeling like no type of way. Like I can just because that's how I'm gonna be honest. That's how some people. That's how you can get friends on. If you messing around with somebody and you know good and doggone well there's no chemistry there, no sexual chemistry, you can get stuck in the friend zone. That person can get stuck in the friend zone. So always be mindful for that. But I don't think that it's wrong to see someone and continuously date them when you know that there is no sexual connection. I don't think it's wrong to do that. However, I do think that it's wrong that once you know and you accept that you don't want to be with them, like there's nothing there. And once they start wanting more than what you are prepared to give, then I think that it's a situation, a conversation definitely needs to be had. I don't think that one should continue to proceed with that relationship because now it's turning into something where, you know what, this person now you know that they want more than what you are prepared to give them. And it's not fair to keep a person holding on because now you know what they want. Now they see a future with you. They're expressing all of these things, and you know that you're still there, like, you know, you cool and everything, but I'm not there. Once you know that, then I think it's time for you to go ahead and let them go and move around because now feelings are starting to get involved. And it's not fair to have somebody to get their feelings involved and they're feeling you like this and they want to be with you. They're expressing that they want to be with you, but you don't feel the same. Now it's time to like draw the line on that and be like, yep, I'm gonna have to go ahead on and let you go because yeah, you at a level where I am not. But to initially just start off with dating someone and there is no physical sexual chemistry, I don't think that it's wrong to continuously see them. Where it becomes, you know, a gray area is when they start to express that they have feelings for you and you know at that point, mm, yeah, I'm not there. Yeah, I'm not there. I'm not going to be there. Then that's when you need to just take a step back and say, you know what, I'm gonna have to go ahead and let them go and find somebody that is going to be what they're looking for because clearly I'm not what they're looking for because I don't feel the same way. Like I like them, they're good people, they're good to hang around, but when they start talking about seeing a future, and you know good and doggone well you can't see no future with this person. You know, listen, they coming over for a kiss and you up here, you still got your mate, you getting the matrix on, you getting it on because there's no attraction there. They trying to come out and touch you, you ain't touching them. And then if you by chance get them some pity sex, listen, now don't act like y'all don't know what pity. Listen, don't act like y'all don't know what the pity horizontal mumbo is. You give it to them just because you're tired of them looking like a little, you know, like a sorry pound puppy. And some of them look like a sorry pound puppy just to get it. Because, see, here's the deal. Dudes don't care what label women put on the hoo-ha that they give them. You can call it pity sex. They wouldn't care. You can call it charity sex. They won't care. You can call it, oh, I'm just giving it to them just to shut them up sex. You can call it whatever you like. Dudes don't care as long as you give it to them. Because it's the same. It don't matter. Pity sex, horizontal. Listen, pity sex, you get on my nerves sex, charity sex, it all, guess what? As long as it ends with sex, these dudes are fine. Ladies, we're the only ones that put those type of labels and categories on it. Dudes don't care. As long as they are the recipient of it, they don't care. How you doing, Diego? How you doing, Ferris Play? Hey, everybody off of YouTube. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, guys, these guys, listen, fellas, help me. If I'm lying, let me know. Am I wrong about this? You all don't care what label is put on that. As long as she giving it to you, you could care less if it's, again, if it's charity booty, if it's, you getting on my nerve booty, if it's pity booty, they don't care. As long as they getting the booty, they listen. They like, listen. It's still a win for them. No matter how they got it, it's still a win. Ladies, so here's the thing. So don't be put in that position. Don't put yourself in that position to just give somebody some just because, and you know that it's not, you ain't feeling it. Like, he has not done anything to rev your engine, or when you are with him, your engine is not being revved. You deserve for your engine to be revved, and if your engine is not being revved up by that dude, listen, that's a clear indication that there is not any sexual chemistry with you all. And again, before throwing the relationship away, I'm not going to say throw it away, because again, I do believe that sexual attraction can grow on people. What do you guys think about that, family? If you're not initially sexually attracted to somebody, but you guys are attracted, and you guys are, you guys have chemistry on other levels, do you stick around to see, could that sexual chemistry grow? Or if you're like, you know what, listen, if I don't have a fire in this furnace, by the time we get to the second date, I'm not gonna be able to do it. If we don't listen, if she don't have, now fellas, I don't know if this applies to you all, because listen, she could sneeze, you don't care if she cock at it or something, she could be cock at it but got a big butt, and y'all will come at 21 gun salute. So I don't really know if this statement applies to you all, but if it does, feel free to enlighten me, fellas. But do you stick around if there is no initial sexual attraction? Do you give yourself a chance to know the person and then see, you know what, let me see, okay, I like this about him, I like this about her, this is 30 days in, okay, dag, still no, I still don't want to do it to him, I still don't want them to touch me, okay, 2 months in, I'm still feeling the same way? Or do you say after the first date, I cannot see myself being with this person, let me just go ahead on and just cut my losses, because the sexual attraction is not there, but everything else is there, but there's no sexual attraction, and that's really important, which it is, but it ain't popping right now. I'm gonna go ahead on and fall back. I'm gonna fall back, because no, what I'm not gonna be doing is sitting up here trying to be with somebody and I don't want to do it to them. And again, I wouldn't. That is not, that is, listen, that is a recipe for straight cheating. If you don't listen, if you ain't feeling that in that way, now to me, I think that should be a deal breaker. You have to, because unless you have that conversation with them and they agree to an open relationship, because there's no way in the world that a person, if you are not sexually attracted to your partner, there's no way you're going to be faithful to that person. And it's not fair to get into a relationship or even get married to someone that you're not sexually attracted to, because you're not going to be fulfilled in that area. And guess what? If you're not fulfilled in that area, guess what that means you're going to do? You're going to go out and you're going to find somebody to scratch that itch for you. And it won't be the person that you're married to, because you're not sexually attracted to them. So do yourself a favor, and that person as well. Don't do people like that. Now, again, I think that that is so wrong to do. You go because they're good to you in all of these areas, but you know that at this point now we're about to be committed, and you know that you could never reciprocate the type of love and affection and sexual connection and sexual chemistry and sexual desire that they have for you. You know that you could never reciprocate that to them, because it's not there for you. And if you know it's not there for you, don't do people like that. Do not get in these committed relationships because they got everything else. And I know some people may be saying, Jay, that is crazy. How you telling people not to get in committed relationships, and if the partner checks all of the other boxes, but they don't check the sexual box? The reason why I'm saying that is because it's not fair. It's going to crumble. It's going to crumble. Why is it going to crumble? Because you're not fulfilled sexually. And if you're not fulfilled sexually, then you're going to go and you're going to cheat. So instead of wasting your time cheating, just stay single so that you can find that person that checks that rings your bell the way that you want your bell to be rung. But I don't think that it's fair to sit there and become committed with someone that you know you have no sexual attraction to. Because again, sexual attraction is key. Now listen, speaking of sexual, what do you all think about this next hot topic? Listen, first of all, we are not counseling Snoop Doggy Dogg. We are not. We are not counseling Uncle Snoop. Now listen, Uncle Snoop, listen, Snoop, he brought we about the same. Look, that's my cousin. Snoop said that he took his grandson to the movies to see a new cartoon, that is a new animated film that is out for kids. And he said that his grandson was confused by a couple that was the same sex. And he said that the couple were two women. So he said his grandson asked him, how does two women have a baby? And Snoop said, you know what? I'm sick of this ish. They putting this ish everywhere. So now people are saying, oh, they gonna cancel Snoop. Snoop gonna get canceled. For what? He just said what most of us are thinking. Listen, he don't care about the same sex act, because I don't care. You can do whatever you want to do in your own home. But why must that be put in children's film? This was geared directly towards kids. Why is that being put in content for kids? Why? Like, whatever you want to do, listen, you all rock out. But it's not fair to confuse these kids at an early age. It's not you can't say that that the kids are confused. Listen. The kids naturally know. I got this and she got that. That's what makes us different. It's something that's built in all of us internally. If you choose to turn yours off or ignore it or say you wasn't born with it or whatever you like, it doesn't make me any difference. I don't care. You can be on whatever side of the fence or the railroad tracks you want to be on. Jay has no problem with that. Jay has a problem with you putting that stuff in front of the kids. Snoop has a problem which you putting that ish in front of the kids, and now he has to try to explain to his grandson, a child, about the bees and the bees. So y'all going too far with this ish. Like, again, if this is what you're doing, rock out. Like, but can we go back to the day where it was private? Whatever your preference was, it was behind closed doors. Because here's the thing, I really feel like this. We really don't care. The world really doesn't care. Society is putting it out there. The media is putting it out there and doing things like this so it can always be the topic of discussion. But the only reason why this time it's a topic of discussion for me is because we have to stand up for our kids. We can't be exposing our kids to any and everything. So now it's like, for me, I wouldn't be having these little kids watching this stuff. I'm sorry, but we cannot go to the movies and watch the latest things. You have to take your kids back and start putting them on the old stuff, letting them watch the old cartoons and things like that. Because the way today's world is, this stuff is tainted. All of this stuff is super, super tainted. It's like, it's hypersexual. Why is sexual content in a kid's animated film? Why is that? Like, that could have totally, it wasn't necessary. Why are we putting it out there? Because it's an agenda. And again, can we just go back? I'm just asking, can we just go back to a day, go back to a, listen, where whatever you did in your bedroom, it stayed in your bedroom. It was nobody's business, because we didn't care. Stuff was going on back then. It really was. But it wasn't the forefront. It wasn't like the agenda, and it wasn't being pushed like it's being pushed today. Again, does that mean that you're not human or you're not? No, it does not. Doesn't mean that you should be discriminated against. No. But here's the thing. How will the outside world know that you like another chick, or it's two dudes liking on each other, unless you're doing all of this outwardly open stuff? That 95% of this stuff should be done at home, behind your closed doors. Keep your stuff behind your closed doors. So you just gonna tell that community to keep their stuff behind closed doors? But what about the stuff what I do with my dude should be behind closed doors? It's nobody's business. So whatever your bedroom activity is, let it stay at home in your bedroom. So yes, Snoop, thank you so much for speaking up and saying something about this, because again, if you don't protect your kids and you don't protect these babies, who's gonna do it? Who's gonna do it? You definitely can't depend on Hollywood to do it. So we have to be mindful of the things that we are exposing our kids to, and don't be afraid to tell these little kids, listen, this is not appropriate. This is not appropriate content. And what we as parents have to start doing now is, you have to start watching this ish before you even take your kids to see it. Because just because, as Snoop found out, just because it's an animated film doesn't mean that it's appropriate for your grandkids or it's appropriate for your children. It's not. And I just often just look back and I'm just like, man, I'm so glad that my son is of age, because this craziness right here, like, this is crazy. Like, these kids can't even enjoy a nice film without all of this craziness being pushed down their throat. So again, go Snoop. Thank you for definitely speaking up about that, because again, that is some ish. And like, We tired of seeing that ish. Like, we don't want to see, you know, women having this and women with women and men. Listen, we don't want to see it. And again, do not try to demonize my words because I say we don't want to see it. Don't listen, make no mistake about it. We personally don't care. We really don't. We just want you to keep it at home and keep it, listen, keep it clean. Can we keep it grown and sexy? Can we keep it classy? Can we keep what we do with the kids? Can we keep what we do with each other? Can we keep that out of the scope of kids until they are old enough to understand and make their own decision? And if they decide that, listen, I want to see how two women can get it in, or I want to see how two men, then they are of age to experiment and make whatever decisions that they want to make. But it's not fair to push that on them at such a tender and impressionable age. Now, listen, speaking about tender and impressionable, oh, you all, what do you think about this? Oh, Southwest Airlines, baby. I'm waiting to see. First of all, if this is really going to happen, is this really going this policy change going to take effect? So it's allegedly being said that it's being reported that Southwest Airlines will begin requiring plus size passengers to purchase 2 seats in 2026. Oh, you all heard me correctly. Southwest Airlines is reportedly saying that allegedly they're going to start requiring plus size passengers to purchase 2 seats in 2026. What do you all think about that? Look, I understand one while, but the second part is I'm trying to figure out how is this going to work? Like, are they going to, if like, because let's be honest, people are purchasing their tickets. Most people purchase their tickets online. So are they going to start asking, like, okay, are they going to ask for your weight? What are they going to do? How are they going to prove that you are a plus size person? Or are they going to do this, like, if a plus size person that requires 2 seats, and if they purchase one ticket, is that person going to be turned away? Because this just sounds like a recipe for lawsuits, because they're going to go for the fat shaming and they were discriminated against and all that. I can see if this is in fact true that Southwest Airlines is about to do this, I can see the lawsuits coming in. I can see it. Is it fair? No, it's not. It's not. I don't think that people should be put on blast like that. But I will say this. Now, listen, it is unfair and it's uncomfortable for other people as well. Like, if you are a plus size person and like if you're spilling into my seat, like, I shouldn't have to be and I've experienced that not in on a plane, but in the movies, or like in different, like in concerts. Oh man, listen, I was at the Cincinnati Music Festival and I was so grateful because the lady that was in front of us, it was like 3 of them, and they were like 3 heavy set chicks. And I was just like, oh my God, I'm so glad that I was not seated in that row, because I'd have been very uncomfortable, because they were some bigger girls. They were beautiful, but I'm just like, you spilling all over into the other person's chair, the other person's seat. Like, that's not fair. So something has to be done. Maybe they need to make the chairs a little bit bigger. I don't know. Give me some ideas, you all. What do you all think should happen? Do you all think that this is fair? If this is true, that Southwest Airlines, they're saying it's being reported allegedly that Southwest Airlines will be requiring plus size passengers to purchase two tickets for seats, two seats in 2026. They would have to purchase two seats. Do you guys, is that something fair? Or if you're like me, do you see those lawsuits coming in for this ish? Because I can just listen. And I can already tell you who it's gonna be. It's gonna be one of these people that's off the 600 my 600-pound life, and they're gonna be coming to the United Airlines, I mean Southwest Airlines, and baby, they're gonna be trying to go to Dubai or somewhere, and they got their one ticket. And I'm like, now, ma'am, you know that you took up the whole role for the van that got you here. What makes you think that you're gonna only get in, you're gonna fit in one seat on the plane? Now that's not fair, because now you gotta put all, you gotta put that on somebody. You gotta put some of you on somebody else. Not fat shaming anyone at all. Listen, I have big people in my family that I love to pieces. Listen, I will come and look. My grandma was a bigger lady. God rest her soul. Baby, let me tell you that when you talk about some of the best sleep ever, baby, I would go get in the bed and she was still here, grown and all. I would be sleeping up under my grandma. All listen, come get girl, give me all that love. Put all that love over here on me. I look, as a kid, I loved. I'm gonna tell you, I ain't need no pillow. I didn't need a pillow. I laid right on her stomach. It was just the softest, just the jiggliest thing ever. Baby, and I slept there many nights. And what I would not do to be able to go back to sleep on my grandmama's jiggly stomach, because I loved it. Now, if she had to fly somewhere and she was still here today, I'm going to want her to be comfortable. So if that means we got to get Medea two seats, we going to get Medea two seats, because what you not going to do, let me bring my grandmama up in there, and you looking at my grandmama thinking you about to shame my grandmother. Oh, don't even worry about it, because the way I'm finna show out up in here, you gonna have me on the no-fly zone list quickly. So I would rather for us to go ahead and get that stuff justified and situated before we get here, because what you're not gonna do is embarrass my loved one. That's what you're not gonna do. So I'm on the fence about it. So Jay, how do you feel about it? How do you feel about Southwest Airlines reportedly being they're going to start charging plus size passengers in 2026? They're going to require them to purchase two seats. How do you feel about that, Jay? I'm on the like what I understand both sides of it. I truly do. So all I can say is that if this is in fact true, I hope that it's done in a way where people are not offended or people are not made ashamed. Like if a plus size person, let's say if they, they got by and they purchased one seat, and then they get to the airport and the workers are like, now he gonna need two seats and he only purchased one. As a gentle reminder, I would, let's have a personal conversation. I'm not saying I would want to put them on blast like that, but then you got to think about it. People take advantage of this. So it's just so many ways that this could work out. So I'm just curious to see how, if this is in fact true, how is this going to be enforced? I'm not really sure how it's going to be enforced. But I know I, for one, am definitely looking forward to seeing how they are going to enforce plus size people. Southwest Airlines, how are they going to enforce plus size people allegedly being required to purchase two seats coming this 2026? I'm just eager to see how they are going to pull that off. Now, speaking of pulling things off, you all, Chris Brown is back, the topic of discussion again. And I think as we speak, I think tonight he's in Chicago again. But listen, they're saying that, listen, there's a fan. She reportedly paid Chris Brown $2,000 to remove a garter belt off of her thigh. And she took a picture. So you know how when after at a wedding and they've gotten married and the bride, she pulls her wedding dress up, pull that white dress up, and she got that garter belt. I don't know if they still even doing that because listen, people been popped it open so quick and busted wide open before the wedding night. So I'm like, okay, getting a garter belt. I don't know if people are still doing that, but nevertheless, that's vision that. Think about that particular setup, and that's what this picture shows. The young lady, she's sitting back with her leg up, and she had on a dress, a skirt with slits up the side, of course. And Chris Brown seductively removed the garter belt from her thigh, and she reportedly paid $2,000 to have Chris Brown do this. Now, listen, you all, they are saying, listen, Chris Brown is just ruining all kinds of relationships and breaking up happy homes and stuff like this. I read a report where it says that Chris Brown is reportedly, responsible for breaking up over 300 relationships. Listen, you're not gonna blame that ish on Chris, okay? You don't blame you. We're not blaming Chris Brown for that. You blame it on them trifling chicks that y'all with that bought these doggone tickets back there. They bought that experience. So Chris Brown didn't ruin the relationship. Your girl ruined the relationship. Your girl, the one that bought the ticket to take the picture. You know why? Because she wanted to have that CB experience. So we're not going to say Chris Brown. Chris Brown didn't ruin anything. Your chick saved up all that tax money so she can get back there and get felt up on or whatever it is that Chris Brown is back there doing it. Because Chris Brown about that. And you know what? I am not mad at Chris Brown. Do you all know how much money this man is making? And he is making people happy. Like these folks, they gonna show up for him. They're showing up for him to take these nasty pictures, but also to enjoy his concert because he does put on a really great show. But we're not gonna throw this on Chris Brown. We are not going to blame Chris Brown for y'all chicks out here buying these tickets to go back there for the meet and greet. At this point, everybody knows if you go back there with Chris Brown, you already know what's going to happen. You already know what's going to happen. That's why you're going back there. They go back there hoping that their pictures and their poses go viral. That's what the purpose is. At this point, I'm going to be honest with you, it ain't even about Chris Brown anymore. It's just back there just because you know that there's a chance. Listen, and they think, listen, I have to do the most outlandish thing because I have to do this so that I can have my 5 minutes of fame, so I can have my viral moment. I'm going to go back here with Chris Brown and I'm going to experience and I'm going to see what all this hoopla is about. I'm going to go back here and I'm going to see if my picture will ruin my relationship. That's what it's all about. Again, these folks know exactly what's going on. So please, we are not going to ban Chris Brown. We are not going to bash Chris Brown for getting his money. We are going to bash your chicks for not knowing how to act when they go out in public. Now, why you can't be like the young lady that had a prayer circle with Chris Brown? It's other ways and other poses. You could just take a regular picture with him. Just the fact that you got a chance to meet Chris Brown should be enough. But no. They got to get backstage and they got to be all stank with Chris Brown back there. So again, we're not banning Chris Brown. We not blaming this on Chris Brown. We are going to blame this on y'all trifling girlfriends and y'all trifling wives. That's who we're going to blame this on. And that falls into the taking accountability, which is what we're going to be talking about later on tonight. That's what that called. That falls in that category. See, it's easier to blame Chris Brown. Chris Brown ain't say I do to you. Chris Brown didn't have your kids. The chick that went back there, the chick that you, and then you gave her the money to go to the concert. You tell your own family up, fam. You did that on your own. So we are not blaming Chris Brown. Chris Brown, please continue to, by all means, get all that money. Get that money. Now listen. Speaking of get that money, fellas, how do you feel about this? If your wife or your girlfriend borrowed $100, would you expect her to pay it back? She borrowed $100 from you. Are you expecting her to pay that back, or this is my wife, this is my girl, I ain't worried about it? What are your thoughts on that? And ladies, if you borrow $100 from your husband or from your guy, are you really borrowing it, or did you just say borrow, but you know that you intend on you have no intentions on paying this man back his money? So you say borrow, but you know you just really want it. You don't plan on paying him back. Fellas, are you expecting that $100 back? Ladies, do you borrow that with the intention on borrowing it? Now here's the thing. Look, get that man back his money. If you asked to borrow, I don't care if it was $5. If you asked me to borrow it, I expect you to pay me my money back. I expect and you know what? And I don't want it better not be funky either. You know why? Because whenever it's time to pay some money back, that's when I'm going to give him his little funky money back. I'm going to give her a little funky. It's always funky when you want it back. But it wasn't funky when I gave it to you. So give me back the same smell of money that I gave to you. But again, if we're saying borrow, I want my ish back. I don't care how much it is. So look, ladies and fellas, y'all don't have to even be ashamed to say it. Some of you all don't want it back, but for those that do want it back, you're not wrong for wanting your money back, because she said that she wanted to borrow it. So before you get this $100, when do you intend on paying me back? And I'm going to tell you right now, no, the slobbing on Bob that you do anyway, that is not repayment for my $100. It's not. I want you to get, listen, you're going to slob on Bob, but you also going to pay me back. You're going to run me my money, okay? You're going to run my cash. You're going to run it, okay? You're going to slob and run my money. Both of them. It's not one. They're not interchangeable. I need both of them. I need you to slob on Bob and run my cash. Ladies, stop doing these men like this. Stop putting these fellas in these situations like this. You want the $100. You want to borrow it, but you really wanted to keep it. So if you want to keep it, just say, can you give me $100? Now when you say give, now he's not expecting it back. But if you say borrow, he wants it back. And you can't just, well, I slobbed on Bob twice, so I didn't think I had to. No. Slob twice. You can slob 3 times, but I still want my money. That's just how it's going to be. Don't think that you down there working overtime, thinking you working off. No. You're going to do that and then give me my money. You're going to see how, listen, fellas, I told y'all I'll be on y'all side, okay? I'll try to tell y'all I'll be on y'all side. I'll be on y'all side. We just need, give the money back. Just give it back. Hey, Cedric, you saying she completely cut off. She just bought her in the West Side. Karma gonna get her. Listen, what do you think about that though, fellas? If you are borrowing your girl or your wife, $100. Or are you saying, you know what? Listen, Jay, if it's my wife, she ain't got to pay it back. It ain't no such thing as borrowing. Even though she said, even though she asked, can she borrow it? But if she's your wife, maybe you're saying, you know what, she don't have to pay me back. But if it's a girl, if it's my girlfriend, my girl, and she's asking to borrow money, I need my money paid back. I'm not, listen, don't say borrow if you don't mean borrow, because borrow, it sets the expectation of being paid back. And again, ladies, it got to be paid back in cash. It can't, it has, it's mandatory that you pay it back in cash, unless this brother tell you that you can pay it off another way. Now, 9 times out of 10, don't listen. They gonna listen, ladies. I'm gonna help y'all. They want their money back too, but they won't. Don't try to hold the plot. Don't try to withhold the licking of the lollipop because you don't want to give him his money back. So if that's your way of paying it back, then before you get this man's money and spend it, now you gotta let him know. Now, okay, so now I don't mean that I'm gonna physically give you this money back, but I'm gonna give you a little something. I'm gonna give you a little something extra. You know, something like that. But if you don't make that known, I'm gonna want my money. These brothers want their money. So don't come up in here asking these guys to borrow some ish, and you know you don't have any intentions on paying them their money back. You just want to slob off. You want to slob the tab off. We're not. No, 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 no. Your tab cannot be slobbed off. No, sister. No, baby. This, listen, I want that cold hard cash just like I gave it to you. Run me mine. Now listen. Speaking of me mine. In 2025, this dating realm, this dating relationship, getting to know each other ish, is it possible to build a healthy relationship via text messaging? Texting is your primary source of communicating. Can you build a healthy, solid, real relationship only with 95% of the communication being through text message? Text message 2000. Listen, we are so busy in today's world that we are not able to pick up the phone, and we have so many devices. We have watches, we have glasses, we have phones, we have laptops, we have iPads, and all these different devices in which we can communicate and see and hear each other's voice. But all we have time to do is text. Are you able to build a solid, real, meaningful relationship, a serious, healthy relationship via text message? Now, for me, I'm a bit old school. I need to talk. Texting is nice if you're busy occasionally, but it's only so many text messages that I know I'm going to personally be able to accept before I lose interest. And that's just me. Now, Jay, do you reach out and call? Yes, I will reach out and call. Even if now, what do you all think about this too? If I've gotten a text message, I'll respond to the text message, but then I'll follow up with the phone call because I don't want to text. So, and that's where a lot of people, I know this is, people have told me, CJ, no, if I wanted to talk, then I would call. Well, I wanted to talk, so that's why I called. You can't. Cedric, you're saying real? No. So Cedric is saying no, you cannot build a real, solid, healthy relationship with text messaging being the primary source of communication. again, text messaging is so, it's so impersonal. And then it's like, it's a copy and paste. Listen, you all, we live in a copy and paste society. We live in a copy and paste day and time. So you're sending a text message. For me, I'm gonna be just, I'm gonna talk just for me. 2 seconds. I'm gonna talk for me. When I get a text message, okay, and I know that you're busy, and like I know like your work schedule and you're busy, and like, okay, you thinking about me, that's nice. But you're off and you're texting me sporadically throughout the day, but we haven't picked up the phone to make, time to have a conversation. I'm going to lose interest. I'm just going to be honest. I'm going to lose interest because for me that's saying that I'm not for you. Like, you're not checking for me like that because you don't even have the desire to talk to me. And before these, see that's that low insecure, that's the insecure. Listen, insecure, my feeling a cuss word for me. Insecure, that has nothing to do with insecurity, because what were you doing before text messages? Okay. Yes, we are all busy, but we know the number one rule: we all make time for who and what we want to make time for. So if you're that busy, I get it, understand it totally and completely. I understand that I'm not worth you picking up the phone and having a conversation with. I'm not. And you all listen, when you have these people that are just so busy, oh, I work 16 hours, I work, listen, honey, it's somebody else. Okay, just understand this: when you've dealt with a person for so long and they are just always busy, yes, they are busy, baby. They working 16 hours. They juggling you in and juggling some other people in. Just understand that, rest assured, if communicating with you is not a priority for them, then that's because chances are they are communicating with somebody else. And to text message you is the quickest way, because they can text message everybody at the same time and still be on a date. So listen, this dude can be on a date with you and he's text messaging the other two people that he's put in the rotation for the weekend. Or she's texting the other, she's out on a date with you, but she's setting up what's going to go on Saturday and Sunday. So it's like, when people are not important to you, then yes, that's going to be the primary source. Now, listen, correct me if I'm wrong. Tell me, Jay, no, you missed it, Jay. That does not mean that because people are texting, people are busy. I'm busy. I'm busy. But guess what? I know when my phone dings. I know when these messages ding. I know that when I look at who I'm really not about to respond to versus, oh man, I've been waiting for him to call. I've been waiting for him. I know that. We all know that. We all got that person that, okay, listen, we will stop what we doing for our person. And if they're not willing to stop what they're doing, you're not that person. You're not that person. So don't listen to when people say, oh, I'm so busy. I'm so busy. Listen, I'm so busy. Oh, look, save yourself the time. Free yourself. So when you deal with these so busy people, you got to start just exiting yourself from the situation and let them go and be busy. Because if you're that busy, then why are you trying to pursue me if you that busy? So now you have me, and now all of a sudden you're so busy. Yeah, they put you in rotation, boo. They go all out to get you, and then once they get you, now they're so busy, now they can't keep up with what they started to do to get you. Yeah, they got somebody else. It's something else going on. And again, it ain't, look, life is too short for all this. Once you start seeing the signs that you are in rotation. Now listen, here's the thing. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about some signs to let you know you are one of many. You are one of many. One of many signs that you are not the only one. Okay? I'm going to do the women first, and then fellas, I'm going to do you all. Signs for the women. I'm going to give you 3 signs, okay? 3 signs that you are not the only one, that you are in the rotation. The first is that good morning queen. Oh, yes. Yes, 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 yes. That good morning queen or that good morning baby, you are a part of the rotation. Fellas, only the fellas that are going to be honest will say, you know what? Yeah, Jay. Yeah, 9 times out of 10, that good morning queen, that good morning beautiful ish, you a part of the rotation. You know why? Because he got to get that message out to everybody. So he not going to say your name because he's mask texting. So you don't want to make no mistakes. So we're not going to be making no mistakes. But if everybody is queen or everybody is baby or everybody is beautiful, then listen, he is safe. Okay? He is safe. The second sign that you are in a rotation, he, again, is always busy. He just texts you, okay? And you call him back. You responded to the text. You so happen to have your phone in your hand and you on social media and your phone, ding, and you get that good morning queen. You like, oh my God, you get all butterfly. You give me butterflies. You get all the butterflies and getting all happy and ish. You like, there goes my baby. And you pick up the phone and call. The number you are trying to reach, you have been placed in voicemail. Please leave your message. You just like, wait. He just texted me. I just called him, and your phone call goes straight to voicemail. You are, my dear, a part of the rotation. And just to confirm it, okay, you might, Jay, he could be on the call, so it's a coincidence. Don't go, getting all bent up out of shape. He just missed your phone call. Okay, I'll do you one better. 10 minutes go by. No call back. 30 minutes go by. No call back. 2 hours go by. No call back. 8 hours go by. No call back. Whole day go by. No call back. Next morning, good morning, queen. Good morning, beautiful. You're like, what the F? I just called you back yesterday. A whole 24 hours went by. You didn't see my call? You couldn't call me back? You couldn't? Oh, I was busy. I had to 24 hours. A whole 24 hours. I'm sorry. Nobody is 24 hours busy. You are a part of the rotation, ladies. You're a part of the rotations. Your phone call was your phone call was out of place. See, because he on his way to be with the chick that he wanted to be with. So he was with her and you wasn't supposed to call. See, that wasn't a part of the plan. You got to fall in line and keep with the regimen, and you supposed to text him. If he texts you, then you supposed to text him back. Therefore, you won't get your feelings hurt thinking that you special. That's what that means. You're part of the rotation. Cedric, you're saying that's because he ain't got game and he feel a look. Yeah, this is true. But ladies, you need to know you are a part of the rotation. If that has happened to you or that constantly happens to you, you are a part of the rotation. I'm not saying that to be mean. I just want you all to be aware because we're going into a new year. So, listen, it's already almost September, okay? So, it's time to start making your New Year's resolutions now. It takes 21 days to create a habit. We're going to give ourselves 3 months to make a habit of letting these people go. So by December 31st, it is signed, sealed, and delivered. You are out with the old and in with the new. So you got to start now. You can't wait till December 31st. I'm going to stop messing with him. No. If you're going to start messing with him, you got to start now. Pretty Tasha, you're saying exactly the same BS, shaking my head. Oh, baby, Pretty Tasha, it is real. So, again, if you don't get that phone call back or they don't answer the phone, you are a part of the rotation. There's no consistency with seeing them. You're a part of the rotation. Everything that you all do, whenever you get together, you can never plan a date because they're always so busy. Everything that you all do is spare of the moment. It'll be a last minute thing because guess what? The person that he was going to originally go with, those plans fell through or she wasn't available. So now he called you as the backup plan. That's why nothing is ever planned because it wasn't for you. You just got to go because you were next in line. You are a part of the rotation. So nothing ever feels special. Nothing is ever planned. You can't ever plan a date or you can't ever plan anything special for you all because he's always busy. But he can plan things for you all, but it's never planned. It's always spare of the moment. Look, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do that. There's never any plans. He will never plan a week in advance. So, babe, we're going to go out next week. If you never get those consistently set up planned dates, everything is kind of always spare of the moment. I'm sorry. You are part of the rotation. So those are the 3 signs, the top 3 signs that you are part of the rotation. Again, the good morning queen, good morning beautiful-ish. If they call you, if they text you, and then you call them back immediately you call them back, and they don't answer or return your call, but then the next point of contact is another text message the very next day, you are a part of the rotation. If your dates are never set up, everything is always spare of the moment, you are part of the rotation. Now, fellas, look, we good with y'all, okay? So, this is how you know you are a part of the rotation, fellas. So, you can only see her on Fridays because any other time she don't have no babysitter. So, Fridays is your day. Listen, all day at work, she talking to you and texting and giggling and baby, it's all good. But when after work hours, you can't hear from her. You don't hear from her. Sir, you are part of the rotation. You not number one. Don't pop up on no Saturday. Don't try to pull a whole weekend or with her because she's not available. Your day is Friday. So that's what she lets you know. She can only go on Fridays because guess what she gonna tell you? She in school on Saturdays and Sundays. She taking her nursing program or she going for a dental hygienist and all this other stuff. Y'all make sure that y'all, if these chicks tell y'all that they in school, listen, investigate, see if they really in school. Ask them when the graduation is so that you can make sure that you can be there. So you can put it on your calendar so you can be there just to verify she really in school. Because some of these chicks don't be in school. Ladies, I know. I'm telling it all. I'm sorry. I'm telling it all. But listen, if I had to tell on the fellas, if I got to, put us up, I need to tell them some of the stuff that, some of y'all be up to. I was going to say some of us. But I ain't never lied to no dude talking about some I'm in school. I'm just not going to go. So, fellas, you could be part of the rotation. Third, she don't never have a babysitter. Whenever you want to go out, she never has a babysitter. She can't find nobody to keep the kids. But she'll call you and she'll be like, I got a babysitter tonight. What you doing? You want to go out? You free to, you want to take, look, you want to take me out? I'm free tonight. I got a babysitter tonight. I was finally able to get my baby daddy finally. No, that's because she's still with the baby daddy. That's because she's still with the baby daddy and she juggling all y'all around. So that's why when she don't have no babysitter, she got a babysitter. She just out on a date with somebody else. Because you like, I'm calling you. So you saying that you don't have no babysitter. Okay, so that's cool. So then you should be at home and you should be able to answer your phone. But now here you go. Ring, ring, ring. You calling. She ain't answering the phone. I'm like, I thought she said she ain't had no babysitter. She said she was going to be at home. Sir, she's off making another baby with the dude that she got all these kids with. That's what she off doing. She off making another baby. So that's why she can't answer the phone. So you called her on Saturday. So she gonna call you back on Monday because now she with her guy. She with the other people. You listen again, you in the rotation. So then she call you on Monday while she on her way to work when she done drop the kids off. Hey, King. That's another one, too. You're part of the rotation. Hey, King. You got rocks in your jaws. I called you on Saturday, and you just not calling me back. I told you my kids be having my phone, and they be playing the games on my phone, so I didn't even know that you had called me. I ain't even see that you had called me. You sitting up there, they lying on Man. Man got his own tablet. But see, fellas, y'all don't be paying attention to that stuff. Because when you took Man to Chuck E. Cheese, did you see Man sitting in the stroller playing with his own tablet? And when she was with you, she never let Man use her phone. Man grab for her phone, but she'll slap his hand and tell him, you got your tablet here, play with your tablet. She ain't let Man get her phone when y'all was together. But see, you all, fellas, y'all don't pay attention to stuff like that. Ladies, we been out pick that ish up quick, fast, in a hurry. But again, sir, I'm sorry to tell you, you are part of the rotation. So again, she's not in nursing school. She got a babysitter. And that good morning, King, and she's only talking to you. You can only see her on your one set specific day out of the week. You are a part of the rotation. You cannot see her on Saturday because she already got somebody for Saturday. You can't see her on Sunday because she already got somebody for Sunday. And that's how you keep everything situated. I got George on Friday, got Mike on Saturday, I got Tony on Sunday. And that's how it is. Saturday, Sunday, listen, that's how you keep it organized. So if you are in a situation like that, or any of these situations that I have mentioned, you, my friends, I'm sorry, but you are a part of a rotation. His rotation and her rotation. It's not fair. And once you find out that you're a part of the rotation, you got one or two choices. You can continue to be a part of the rotation and think that you really not a part of the rotation, think that you really are not in a rotation when you really are. Or you can say, you know what? I'm tired of this ish. I'm not gonna be able to deal with this. So Cedric, you're saying, what's the flip side? He said, make a plan. And he said, he's also saying, it's May. Listen, Man, look, Man, whatever they want to call them. That's who they over there slipping and sliding with. The point is just understand you are not the only one. They have some other things going on, and you are a part of the rotation. And again, instead of people just being honest and saying that, like they would go through playing these games, and you would think that the 30 plus age range about this ish, you all, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but they're not honest in their age range either. It's like all this unnecessary lying for no reason. For people that you are not married, why are you freaking lying? Like, just stay single and date. I don't understand, why do we do these, it's like it's so unnecessary. Like, if you're dating, then let's date. Don't put me in a relationship with you, or have me under the impression that I'm in a relationship, that we're in a relationship, but it's only a one-sided relationship. I'm the only one in a relationship. I'm in a relationship and you're dating. That is the most stupidest thing ever. Let me date too. I want to date. So you can date, and we can date, and we can both date, and then we can come back together. And if at one point we decide that, you know what, I just want to be with you, then we can have that conversation. But if you find yourself twiddling your thumbs and you have a lot of free time on your hands, and you're supposed to be in a relationship, that's a dead giver. That's a ring. That's a dead giveaway for both men and women. If you are in a relationship, but you always have dateable time on your hands, you're a part of a rotation. You are a part of a rotation. If you are never with that person, I mean, never. You're not with them physically. You're not with them on the phone. You're not with them face chat or FaceTime or whatever it is. There's no communication. You are a part of the rotation. Plain and simple. You are part of the rotation. You are not the only one. That's first of all, men or women, you're not the only one. And you're not the number one. You're not the number one. You're not the number one. Because what I will say for cheaters, if you are the number one, they gonna at least try to hide it and make you a little bit more comfortable. If you bring up some reservations, they'll try to fix it. They not gonna cut off the foolishness. They not gonna cut off the bull junkie, but they are going to try to tighten up on the things that you are complaining about, and you're bringing it to their attention. They will at least do that if you are the number one and they care about you, some type of care about you, they will. But if you are just a regular part of the rotation, you can either get with the program or you can get off. It don't really matter to them, because again, you are a part of the rotation. Pretty Toxic, you're saying exactly, sis. So if you don't want to be a part of the rotation, you have to get yourself off. Don't leave it to these people talking about some, well, you gotta I just want him to make a decision. He just let me know. No, 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 no. Because they're not gonna say it. They're never gonna say it. They are almost never going to say it. They will show you, they will keep stringing you along just like this. So as long as you're holding on, they'll keep stringing you along. They will keep, baby, they will string you along for years. Years. They will string you along. And you will sit up here and you will be like, wait, what happened? I thought that that's because you didn't pay attention to the signs that you were a part of the rotation. And maybe you did pay attention to the signs, but you chose to be in denial. You chose to think that, you know what? No, you want to justify the not calling back. You want to justify the not seeing them. You want to justify the never spending any quality time with them. You want to justify never spending any holidays with them. You want to justify never doing any of these things. So you have chose to put on the rose color blinders. You've chose to do that. And that's okay because listen, we've all listened, baby. I have walked around with a pair of some very expensive rose colored glasses a time or two. Baby, you couldn't tell me nothing in them rose colored glasses. Baby, I was like, yes, yes, they were. Listen, baby, I was cheesing, smiling, and grinning, smiling, and profiling in them rose colored glasses. That's until one day, one of the lenses broke. I'm like, what the cuss word is this? And once that one lens broke, I said, let me take this ish. Let's take this ish off. And then there it was. It all came together. And I'm like, God dog. Here it is. Part of the rotation. What the is this? What is this? Rotation. Rotation all day long, all day strong. And at that point, when you find out that you are not who you think you are to them or what they told you that you are to them, once you realize that, look, you've been through enough. Get up, leave that ish alone, move on. Let them continue to have their rotation and do whatever it is that they're going to do, but make them do it without you and make them stand 10 toes down on that ish. Like, here's the thing, you can like hold all the way, leave me alone. You ain't got the look. I don't need no secondhand, no. Look, don't call me because I doggone sure won't call you. Do whatever you are doing, continue to do that just without me. See, now I'm one less person that you have to good morning beautiful and all this other stuff, or good morning, or feeling you'll find somebody else. You'll find somebody else to fill that slot. I've been on this ride long enough. I'm dizzy now. It's time for me to go ahead on and have me a seat on the sideline so I can get over this nauseous ish and get back out there. But again, it's so important, you all, that we not walk around with rose colored glasses. Don't make excuses for these folks because, again, at the end of the day, always remember this. If they want to, they will. There is nothing that will keep a person that wants to be with you. There's nothing that will keep them away from you. No job, no work schedule, no anything. There is literally nothing unless they are incarcerated somewhere and they can't get out to you. That's the only way. If we are talking now, here are a few exceptions to that rule. If they are military people, or if there are some other extenuating careers, like maybe police officers, they don't have that type of flexibility. Correctional, it's not that type of flexibility. Listen, celebrities, people that are in the music industry. Listen, them ones in the music industry, and then these ball players and these actors and actresses, you all gotta watch them because, baby, listen, I look, I don't desire any celebrity. I don't. I can't. They got too much going on. Like, but those are some careers in which they could have some time constraints where, like, if you're on the set of a movie and they're filming for a movie, well, honey, they don't have time to be talking to you and texting you and responding back right away and all this and that. So there are very few exceptions. But if your man ain't no movie director or he not no actor, he ain't no cop. I ain't talking about no security guard either. He ain't no cop. He ain't no train driver or bus driver. It's some y'all know those careers where you know if you know that they are at work, then they're not going to be able to respond to your phone calls or your messages. But as I said earlier, if they are off and they text you and they called you, I stand firm on that. If they text you 1 minute, you so happen to have your phone in your hand, you're surfing social media, but you call them right back like 30 seconds later, you call them right back, they don't answer the phone and they don't return your call, none that day, nor do they text you anymore, none that day, but then they text you again the next morning with the same cheesy good morning queen, good morning beautiful, you are a part of the rotation. And speaking of a part of the rotation, this is what's going to help us to be able to move forward from those type of things. Listen, y'all, tonight we got to talk about this ish. We got to talk about some things that sometimes people run from this particular conversation like a lot of dudes run from commitment. Baby, we are talking about accountability. We will not take accountability for nothing. Again, as I said previously, when you see these signs that you are a part of the rotation, once you get it, now it's up to you to take action on that thing. We can no longer blame this person and blame that person because now you know. You can't put it on them and expect them to, oh, well, I'm just waiting for him to be honest with me. I'm just waiting for him to tell. No, 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 no. Come back, baby. It's time for you to focus. It's time for you to handle your own business. Stop putting the things that you need to do for yourself and to make you happy. Stop pushing that responsibility onto other people. Everybody want to point the finger, but nobody wants to look in the mirror and say, you know what? I could have moved better. I could have did this better. We love to say men don't communicate or women don't listen or they don't respect me. But at what point are we going to take responsibility for ourselves? At what point are you going to say, you know what? What am I doing to either add to this situation or what am I doing to keep this type of thing going? What am I doing? What am I doing wrong? What am I doing that's enabling this? Sometimes we got to take a step back and look at the role that we play. Are you able to pinpoint your own flaws? Pinpoint things that make you not so great? Are you able to identify all those? Are you able to identify anything? Or are you the ish? Now listen, I know some of us, we want to believe that we are perfect, baby. We are the end all be all. We are the show shot and we are the shine. If you listen, you already know. You the show shot and you the shine. Are you that? Are you that person? Or are you able to say, you know what? I'm the show shot and I'm the shine and I'm the end all and I'm the be all. But you know what? Listen, I'm only that person 95% or 90% of the time. But look, I can be a trip too. I can be something else. Are we able to pinpoint those things? Are you able to look back in a relationship and see where you went wrong? Was it something that you did? Or is everything that has happened, is it always somebody else's fault? Is it ever your fault? Or again, is everyone else to blame? For me, I can say, look, for me, I know, listen, I can be the best person. But look, I know I'm a trip. I can be a trip. And the biggest thing that I feel I picked up a very, 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 very nasty habit. And I'm doing my best to break it. Here's my flaw. The thing that I do, it's two things that I know that I chronically do. One, I've always done this, but the second one is a nasty habit that I'm striving to break. So the one thing that I've always done, my flaw in relationships is staying too long. I have stayed well past the point where it's just like, now, you know what, girl, look, now everything past this point, don't you think about blaming this man for this ish. This ish is your fault because you stuck around you stuck around. And I have those conversations with myself. And myself will say, you know what, girl, you know this. You look, you know you should have left 7 months ago. You know you should have left a year ago. You know you should have been left this. You know you should have been left this ish. That's me. That's my toxic. That's me pinpointing things that I would be accountable for because now everything that happens after the point that I know I should have left or departed, I brought that on myself. Now, a lot of us are not going to be able to sit there and say, I brought that on. Jay, you can never bring a person's bad behavior on yourself. Yes, you can. If you didn't exit when you got all them signs, you like, Lord, show me a sign that if I'm supposed to be fix this. And he keep on showing you stuff that showing you and breaking it up while y'all should not be together. And you keep, oh Lord, the devil, no weapon and all. Listen. It's not a weapon. It's not supposed to be. You forgot that you prayed and asked God to show you if you were supposed to be with that person. And he's showing you. But now you want to cast it off. Oh, no weapon that is formed against us. They just don't want. No, the whole relationship is a weapon. The person that you're trying to be with is a weapon. He's a weapon against your peace. She's a weapon against your sanity. These people are the weapons. So let's stop. Again, at that point, we got to start being honest and saying, listen, yeah, this be that bull junkie right here. This be that bull junkie. This sure do. Because now I've stayed, now I'm yay deep in it. For what reason? For what reason? I've chose to stay there. Cedric, you're saying that's mine too. So I've chose to stay in a situation that I know that I should have left. So now, whatever happens, now you are part to blame for it because you've been had signs that you were supposed to have left. But you want to see the good in the person. You want to see the good in a relationship. And I get that. But you gotta, that love that you're trying to give to somebody else, you gotta give that to yourself. Pretty Tasha, you're saying sometimes they ghosted you. Oh yeah, Pretty Tasha, I've been ghosted before. That, like, to me, that is the most childish ish ever. But again, I will take responsibility for that because if I got off when I should have got off, it wouldn't have happened. So that's why I say, are we able to take responsibility? Because there were some signs listen, and we got to be honest about, look, I'm gonna put it out here. Look, you got to recognize when people ain't ish. Sometimes, I'm just going to be honest, some people just ain't ish, okay? They not. And when they show you that they ain't ish, please believe them. Please believe them. If a person ghosts you and then they come back like ain't nothing ever happened, they ain't ish, but then you crazy for letting them back. So see how that is? So see how we gonna point out their bad behavior, but we're gonna also accept our part in it, because it couldn't happen to you again unless you let them come back. That's the first thing. So once we recognize that people ain't ish, you got to learn how to leave ish in the toilet. See, we want to bring the ish. You already know that they ain't ish, but you want to polish it off because they look good or they smell good or they treat you nice sometimes. They treat you nice when they with you, but then when they not in your presence, now they slithering around with whoever. Now you can't get in contact with them. Now you're texting them and calling, and so you only having a good time the 5% of the time that you all are together. But once you all are no longer together, you are, listen, that's it. That's it. That's it. But again, we play part to blame for that. When you're taking accountability, again, you have to listen, you have to be honest and take your role and your part in it. Now, what does accountability in relationships look like? Now, here's the thing. According to an online source, accountability in relationships means owning your own actions, admitting your mistakes, and working to do better without blaming other people. But now here's the thing. We got to be honest here. Are most people really trying to hold themselves accountable, or are they looking to deflect? Because a lot of times people are not even trying, listen, they're not trying to hold themselves accountable. It's easier to point the blame to other people. And here's another big one. Can you as an adult, can we really hold other adults accountable? To me, I don't think, and correct me if I'm wrong, you all, but I don't think another grown person can hold another grown person accountable. If their parents didn't teach them that, if they didn't get that integrity skill, if they didn't get that growing up, there's nothing that you can do to make a person hold themselves accountable. Yes, you can call them out, but if the issue that you're calling them out on, they don't accept it or embrace it and respond to it and see it for how you're seeing it and bringing it to them, you're not holding them accountable. And you can't hold them accountable until they decide to hold themselves accountable. So for people that feel like, listen, I'm going to make them be held themselves accountable. All these baby mamas, I'm going to make them hold. You can't make anybody hold themselves accountable. Either they do it for themselves, either they do it, or they don't. They don't. A lot of people lack self-awareness to even consider that they are a problem. They don't even recognize, because you know why? They're so busy thinking that they're perfect, and they're so busy looking at other people that they don't even take the time to look at themselves. People will flash that. Listen, they got the pen to write the whole story for everything that you've done wrong. They can pinpoint everything that you've done. But baby, that pen does not work when it comes to writing about what they've done and what they need to improve on. So you got to be mindful with things like that. People struggle with accountability. They really do. Both men and women, they struggle. The struggle is real. We definitely struggle. But if we don't start sweeping around our own front doors and recognizing who we are, what our strengths are, what our weaknesses are, what we need to work on. Why do we keep attracting the same ish? We're never going to get better. We're never going to get the love in the relationships that we desire or we deserve until we start holding ourselves accountable. Again, yes, we run into people that ain't ish. We do. We really do. And there are a lot of people, there are a lot of them out here that are not ish. But let's focus on fixing ourselves and finding out what the true problem is with ourselves so that we can move forward in a healthy manner, so that we can stop blaming everybody for everything that goes wrong instead of blaming ourselves for some of the things that we either allowed or we participated in. Guys, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor. Go to our YouTube channel, like and follow us there, the Jaye Spot Radio. Go to Facebook, like and follow us there, the Jaye Spot. Go to Instagram, like and follow us there, the Jaye Spot Radio. Guys, Jay is Jaye for all three. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Peace out. Good night, you guys. Thank you so much, guys. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night, guys. Thank you. Take care. Good night, guys. Thank you. Good night. Thank you, family. Good night. Good night. Good night. YouTube. Good night. Bye.